Hi, I'm Andrew Trendle. You're watching NME. We're back at Reading Festival 2025 with Ben Stillar.
Hello, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, yeah. We just got in, played, and now we're here.
That was an amazing set. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was good. I was just saying it felt really weird because we had London last night, and it feels like kind of woke up and just played the show. Like if it like within 12 hours, just playing 2 shows, funny. Yeah.
It was a breakfast set. Yeah.
Not enough breakfast sets.
Yeah, not enough breakfast. Yeah.
Did you bring croissants?
We actually, I had a croissant earlier. I had a bap, as you would say, a bacon bap before I played.
He knows the lingo.
That gave me everything I need. Yeah.
But if you go to Leeds, they call it a cob. It gets very confusing the further north you go. The words for bread change.
Gotcha. Okay.
England is pathetic.
But for it to be a bap, does it have to? It has to be on the roll, right? Like
Yeah.
Okay. So if it was just like white bread, that'd be a sarnie. I've heard that too.
Yeah. I would.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a sarnie and brown bread.
Okay.
Some people call it they call it a cake up north, which gets really confusing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A bap is also a cake.
Okay. It's like a bacon sandwich, but like
a bacon wrap?
Yeah. No. Like it's like a roll with bacon, but we can
A roll is a roll in America, right? A roll is a roll.
Yeah. Well, in New York, when you say a roll, it's kind of the specific. It's like a Kaiser roll, if that rings any bells. Like if you go to a deli, you'll get it on a roll or a hero, and the hero is like a long submarine roll. But I don't know. This is neither here nor there.
Most anyone's ever talked about bread at Reading Festival.
I'm very passionate about it.
We love carbs. We love to eat.
Yeah.
Kaiser Roll is a good band name, or a good,
Yeah, there's already the Kaiser Chiefs, though, right? Yeah, they kind of monopolize the Kaiser, but maybe in the next life.
Amazing set, as we were saying. Is that a Thin Line Jazzmaster?
Oh.
Thank you for asking. It's a Thin Line Jaguar.
Oh.
I just got it back in March. I had to go to Canada to get it because the Trump's new tariffs. I couldn't get it shipped over without spending another $1,000. So I smuggled it from Canada. Yeah.
You hear that, Donald?
Lock me up. Try.
Ice are coming.
Just you try. Yeah.
Beautiful guitar. Google it.
Yeah.
But do you guys feel the weight of playing a festival like Reading and Leeds, or is a show a show?
We strive for like a show's a show. I think that's like I think you should treat like every show the same. And I think if it's like a festival or if it's middle of nowhere and there's only like 20 people there or something, I feel like ultimately what you're doing you should try to be kind of tapping into the same thing every night, but obviously that's like easier said than done. But I mean, it's like a pleasure to be here. Like last night when we were in London, I was telling people that they were like, oh, what more do you have for the tour? And we're like, oh, we're doing Reading. There was a guy who was like, that's awesome, and I was like, oh, I guess it is cool. So yeah.
You weren't like channeling Kurt Cobain vibes today.
No, I wasn't wheeled out in a hospital gown. But maybe next year. Yeah, depending on how my year goes.
And you guys have played some pretty amazing shows recently. We just talked about Prima. You were at the Fontaines show at Finsbury Park, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's it like? What's it like being on the road with Fontaines?
Yeah, it was good. We did a tour with them in the U.S. That was really fun. We really loved touring in the U.S. and those venues were really cool. And then we did a few shows with them earlier in the year. They were really cool. One in like Lyon, and then how do you pronounce the other town?
I think Arles.
Yeah, something like that. And those were like in like Roman Colosseum type venues, and those were like very surreal. Yeah, I don't know. They're very nice people, and they've been feels nice. It's good.
What's it like backstage with Fontaines?
Well, they're they're normal guys, but I do want to shout out Bailey, their guitar tech, and he taught us about a contact cleaner and stuff. So he's been their team has like been like just as like welcoming and like helpful. So I feel like I don't know, like when you're opening up for like bigger bands like that, you always want to try to like what can I glean from this experience? And I think like seeing an operation like that and how like well oiled it is, like you kind of are like, okay, like how can we like implement that in our own way and stuff? So yeah.
Highlight of the set, Always on My Mind. Beautiful song.
Thanks.
That's it. No, I mean, what can you tell us about the decision to put a song like that out outside of the album, and the confidence to kind of lean on a love song like that?
Yeah, I think like we wanted to put out a few songs that kind of, I don't want to say bridge the gap between the next couple records, but we felt like we had a lot we wanted to get out of our system then. Usually, like before we were like a band on like a label, you'd write a song and you'd put it out, and we'd like put it on Spotify ourselves or whatever. And the whole notion of being in like an album cycle or whatever is kind of weird. So we had these 3 songs, and we wanted them to have some life outside of being in an album cycle. So we wanted to do them, and now that we're working on our next record, it kind of cleared the pipes in a really good way. Yeah.
Well, that was it. I was going to ask if the Breakaway EP tells us anything about what's to come, or is it just a matter of like punctuation, carry on?
Yeah, it doesn't really sound anything. It doesn't sound anything like what we're writing now, and it doesn't sound like the first album. So I think it's just it's its own thing. So yeah, I wouldn't take that as like to me, it doesn't feel like a foreshadowing of anything else. Yeah. The stuff we've been working on now, I think, kind of speaks for itself. Yeah.
Is there anything you can tell us about the energy or direction or vibe of the next album so far?
We have a lot in our heads, and like we're working all the time on it. And we've been like working on it kind of like since the first album came out. And I think like it's always a balance between like I think it's really good to have your eye like set on like the main goal with like what you have for like a concept, or like just like what you want the record to sound like. It's a balance between that and then also like remembering that they are just songs, and that like you need to just write songs. And so I think like right now we're kind of like in this balance of like, you don't want to get too attached to like, what's the saying where it's like you're like something up in the sky and your
Platonic
nose down
ideal.
to the ground or something. I don't know. So it's like, I mean, it's kind of revealing itself as we go. But yeah, no, I mean, I think like obviously like shit's getting crazy. So like there's like kind of like constant lyrical like influence from like what's going on in the world. And I think we are, I guess the one thing I'll say about it is like we are like obsessed with this like album. Our first record had so much to do with place, and we want this record to have a lot more to do with time and now. Not that this album like won't have to do with like New York in subtle ways or whatever, because that's where we live, and that's like. But I think like ultimately like we really want this album to feel like everyone. There's like kind of this collective consciousness happening right now where it feels like everyone has a similar thought of like, where the fuck is this going? And like I feel like they kind of want to like, without getting doomy, we kind of want to like just tap into that collective consciousness,
It's a concept album about bread.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah, that's more or less about that.
Being part of the Dirty Hit family, I was wondering if like, does Matty Healy ever chime in and give you guys advice on like dealing with hype and moving from one record to another, or does he leave you alone?
He leaves us alone. We've talked to him a couple times though. He's cool. I mean, we toured with them, and he was a really nice guy. And then he came to our show in LA with Fontaines and talked to him a bit there. But no, I mean, we don't have that kind of relationship with him. But I think on that tour he was really like we were really disoriented playing like arenas, and like the biggest thing that was different for us was using in-ears as opposed to like the wedges on stage, which we've always done. And so he gave us a lot of advice for that, because we were like, the first couple shows were like, how the fuck? It's so weird. Like it doesn't seem like it's that weird, but it really is. So he was helpful with that. Yeah.
This is the part of the interview where I ask you if you're still in touch with Ben Stillar.
I wouldn't say we've ever really been in touch with him, but we've, yeah. We don't start that rumor. No, but we. He's a nice guy. We don't know him, but we like met him years ago, and he was very cool, and he gave us his blessing with the name. And then we met him again. He came to our show in New York at Bowery, and he was very kind. Yeah. Well, didn't you like give him a hug? And it was
yeah. Well, he walked up, so like we played, and he was like kind of hanging out. So like he came, because I met him before. So when he walked into our green room, I went in for a hug, and he reciprocated it, but very tentatively. He's like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm hugging this guy." I like forgot he's like an A-list celebrity. So, yeah, but he was cool, man. He dug it. He's shout out to Capital Punishment for the Enemy listeners. That's his band. It sounds like the B-52s meets the Birthday Party.
Oh wow, what
and
did he play?
He plays drums,
Oh,
and he's
wow.
really good. So check it out. Yeah,
So Severance cameo incoming, not incoming.
if they'll have us, of course. Yeah.
Confirmed season 3.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do after this interview?
Probably get some food, and then maybe ride some of the rides. Hopefully keep
I've
everything
never ridden
down.
a ride here, so let me know
Oh.
how it goes.
I was here like 2 years ago, and I rode the swings that like go up high, and I think I passed out because the G-force. I don't think I'm meant to be like swung around in the air, but maybe I'll do it again. Just see how it goes this time. But then watch some people, watch some music.
Maximum G-force for Chapel Roan.
God, yeah. Maybe that's where I'll watch the set from.
Good combo.
Swing around. Pink Pony Club. Hey,
Oh.
yeah.
Sweet.
See.
Ben Stillar, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Cheers,
you, sir.
guys. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.